Hello guys, welcome to the series of exploratory data analysis. So into this series, we are going to discuss all the methods and the steps which are required for exploratory data analysis, right? So into this one, like if you will see, we are going to discuss first about the dataset info, checking and dealing with the null or missing values, checking and removing duplicate data, correlation among the numerical features, and then analysis of the data based on the features, right? So for each of the features, like either it is numerical or categorical, we are going to do the different kind of analysis for each of the features, right? For the numerical for features, like we are going to do the list plot to check the skewness in the data, box plot to check the outliers into the data, and regression plots to check that okay, the data is linearly increasing or decreasing, etc. And then we are going to make a summary of the numerical variables or features, okay? And based on that analysis, we are going to remove that feature or not, and also if there is need to do any changes into the feature, that we are going to do. So similarly, we are going to do analyze the categorical features. So for categorical features, we are going to do the count plot to check the biasness into the data. We are going to do the frequency plot for each of the categories into the categorical variables, and then we are going to do the summary of the categorical variables. We are going to do the crosstab to check the correlation between the categorical features. So these all the things we are going to do into the subsequent lectures, and then we are going to do the feature reduction, and at last we are going to do the feature engineering, in which we are going to do like standardization, normalization, etc., right? And then we can do the data balancing also if needed, right? So these are the particular steps that we follow into the EDA. Now let's move ahead for the first lecture. So into this lecture, we are going to do the data set info. So let's I have already taken one data set, right? So let me go through that data set. So this is census income data set. It is available on the UCI as well as on Kaggle. So if you will see this data set, right, so it is containing about 48,842 instances, and it has 14 features along with one target variable, that is class variable, and it has some missing values also. So for the beginners who are going to learn about the ADA, right, that is very much suitable data set. So if you will see the feature names or variable names, it is going to contain the age, work class, final weight, education number, marital status, occupation, relationship, race, and sex. So you will see like it is containing both type of features, like integer, categorical, right? So it will be very much helpful for us to do analysis, and also it is going to contain some missing values also, so it will be helpful for us. So what I have done is that, like, I have already downloaded this data set, okay, census income. So if you will see the data set, what it is including, it is including like files like adult.data, adult.name, adult.test, index, and old adult.names. Okay, so like these are the files which it was containing, and I have modified the adult.data as adult modified. So why I have modified it? Because the adult.data, it is, if you will see this data, right, it is only containing the values or rows which are into the data. So what was the problem at here? So it was not containing the column names. Okay, so it was not the problem, but like once we read through it, pandas, right, as a data frame, so it does not contain the like column names. Okay, so that's create a problem. So we have to explicitly add it, right? Either we can do it through the programming, or we can manually add it for the small data set. So it is like a small data set. So what I have done, I have modified the data and added the name of the column set here. So how I got to know that, okay, what are the columns are there? So those things are given into the adult.name. So if you will check the description, adult.names, so it is going to give all the information, right, about the column name. So if you will see that age, work class, right, so final weight, education number, marital status, occupation, relationship, race, sex, capital gain, capital loss, and then hours per week, native country. These are all the values. Okay, and also like it is going to say that okay, we have applied some algorithms on this data set, and that you can see at here like C 4.5, it is going to give 15.54%. So you will see like they have already applied so many algorithms, and they have reported the error as well, how much they were getting. So according to this, like what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the data set info today, right? So once um, I will just import one library as of now, that is pandas. So I will write it here, import pandas as pd, and I will select the kernel. So I will select the environment. So I will choose the base environment that is installed into my system, that is Condas environment. I hope you have already installed the Condas right before watching this lecture. So I now what I will do, just I will run this. Okay, so sorry, it is seems markdown, so I will change it as a Python. Right now, if I will run it, it is going to run. Okay, uh, let me add one other code. Now what I will do, just I will read the data as data equals to pg dot read csv, and then what I will do, I will just do put the file path at here. So I will copy the file path. Okay, now I will put double inverted comma or single inverted comma, you can put at here. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to put the double slashes so that if there is any Unicode character, the while reading the path it does not create order. Okay, so I'm going to read it. So the data has been read. So now what I will do, just make a copy of the data, right? So I will create a copy of this data, data1 dot data dot copy. So that why I want to create a copy. So while reading, like while doing the changes into the data set, it does not change to the original data frame that I wanted to do. So that's why I made a copy of the data. So I now what I will do, I will just check data1 dot head. I wanted to do the data1 dot head so that I will see the first five values into the data set. Okay, so what it gives, data dot head, it represent like it just show the first five values. So you can see the indexes are here 0 1 2 3 4, and now the columns are here, age, work class, right, final grade, education, and all. So what is the loss if suppose into this one data dot adult dot head, it is not containing the column name. So okay, so if I'm going to put that right at here, so what is the problem that we are going to face? So let me show you that also. So if I will put back classes at here, okay, so if I'm now going to read the data, right, then you can see at here like it is containing the first row, like the it is considering first row as the column names, right, which is wrong. So we don't want to do that, right? So we wanted to include the column names at here because the column names are not already into the data set, so we have manually added it. Okay, so we have taken the column names from the adult dot names, and then it like it has been added to the adult dot data, right? And I have saved it as a new file, so I have named this adult dot modified. Okay, so now let me change the adult dot modified again, right? And now I will read it, and now if I will change you, so it is containing the column names as well. Okay, now let's move ahead. So now what I will do, just I will write it here, data dot info. Okay, so what it is going to give you, it is going to give you information about the data set. So what it is saying at here, so you will see, right? So it is going to say that okay, the first column is age, work class, final grade, education, right? And then it is going to contain 32,561. Now like there should be a question, right? So once we have seen the website, so it was saying that 48,842, but since like it has the test data also, right? So total data, like training data, that is adult dot data and adult dot test. So both combines, both computing the 48,000. So into the training one we have 32,561. Okay, Now it is saying that okay, it does not have any null values, so we will analyze that later, right? Oh, and the data types, if you will see, it is going to show the int 64 and object. Okay, so wherever there is categorical variables, it is going to show that it is of object type. Okay, so next thing that comes into mind, right, is that like data set description. Okay, so if I will write at here data one. Okay, so I hope if I have written at here data one. Okay, and okay, so data one dot info. So data one and data is going to keep the same information as of now because I have made the same copy. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just write data one dot describe, and it is going to give me the description of the data for the numerical columns. Okay, so if you will see that the count for each of the numerical columns, okay, and then mean, standard deviation, minimum value, 25%, 50%, 75%, and maximum value of it. Okay, so what I'm going to get from this information from data one dot describe, I'm going to get the information about the like how this data is going to look like. Okay, so like if you will see the count and mean, right, so the you will be able to understand that the mean person uh, mean age, right, of a person who is involved into this survey or into this data set is 38 years. Okay, and the final weight is about this, right? So if you will see like here like that it is showing that e to the power plus 5. So if we wanted to make it more precise, what I can do is that like I can read one more statement, pd dot set option. Okay, and then I will write it here display dot float. So display dot float format, and then I have to write it here a lambda function. So lambda is one liner function into the Python. So I hope you have gone through the basics of Python so that you are able to understand these things. So I'm going to write now percentage dot 3f to take 3 point values like float values precision, and then I'm going to put percentage of x at here. Now if I will run it, it is going to take, make the values precision to 3 points only after the decimal. So you can see it here. So now if you will see, it is looking more fine. But one thing I wanted to say like about the data.describe. So if you will see, like it is going to give the standard deviation about the data, mean, minimum value. So if you will see that okay, 17 years of person is going to participate into this one also, like, and the maximum age is 90, right? And the mean age is 38. So most of the people is about 38 only, and the standard deviation is if you will see is 13, right? So if you will add right, so if you will see, like majority of the persons are going to lie into 38 plus 13 and 38 minus 13. Okay, so 30, like if you will see, like on an average, if you will take the mean as 40, then it is going to do come as 51, right? 51 and if or 52, and then less, if you will do less, then it will be 25. Okay, so most of the persons are into the age of 25 to uh, 30, right? 50. Okay, 25 to 50. So you can understand from this one. Similarly, you can understand the final weight, right? So what is the meaning of the final weight? So how many persons are being involved into that age category, right? And what is the age of that person. So if you will see the data, that you will be able to understand. Then education num means like how many years of education they have done. Then capital gain, how much capital gain do they have, what is the capital loss, how much in loss these persons are, then how many hours per week these people are working. So if you will see that, like these from this data set, average working hours per week is 40 hours. Okay, and the standard deviation is 12. Okay, so also what you are going to get it, right? So 25% quartile, right? So you can analyze the skewness of the data from here as well. So this all the information about the numerical features you are going to get from the data.describe. So I think These are all the informations are valuable, right? So while analyzing the data, so this is all about the dataset info, right? And I will meet you into the next lecture with the other topics like how to check for the null values and deal with it. So please do watch it right into the next lecture. Thank you for watching, and please do comment whatever you feel about this video, right? And bye bye. Meet you into the next lecture.